let's do a little more practice. And again, what you would want to do is copy down this problem and try it on your own, and then turn the video back on. So here we are. We are going to simplify this, and of course we need to factor first. So it's always a factor, then cancel. In the numerator, you'll notice that we can factor out a common term. So let's factor out a y, which leaves us with y minus 5. In the denominator, we can factor a 3 out, which leaves us with 5 minus y. And this is exactly what we had been discussing before. Y minus 5 over 5 minus y is going to cancel into a negative 1. So we're just left with negative y on the top and 3 in our denominator. And that's our simplified form. Second, let's look at, let's say, 2x plus 6 in our numerator, and in our denominator we have x squared minus 2x minus 15, just like before, factor and cancel. So in our numerator we can factor out a 2, which leaves us with x plus 3. In our denominator, we know we need to factor this into two binomials. We know it needs to be x and x. The factors of 15 that seem likely are 5 and 3, and let's make that a negative 5 and positive 3, because we know when we FOIL that out, it will give us the negative 2. The other little hint is that probably x plus 3 would be a factor of the bottom, so this can cancel. This is something textbooks writers and math teachers do all the time. So our simplified form is 2 times x minus 3. Oh, and let's also mention this only works if x is not equal to 5 and x is not equal to negative 3, because those in fact are the values that would give us a 0 in the denominator. Okay, let's do another one. So copy down, let's say 15w minus 4v over 16v squared minus 25w squared. And again, try this on your own and then come back and join us. Now what I will notice is that as far as factoring is concerned, there is nothing that, in fact, I think we need to change this a little bit. Let's make that a 5. Okay, so if you're back with me, we needed to change the top to 5. Otherwise it wouldn't have worked. So there was nothing that will factor out of the top. There's nothing we can do with the numerator. So we have 5w minus 4v in our numerator, but in our denominator, you'll notice that 16v squared and 25w squared are both perfect squares. So we have the difference of two squares. So this will factor into 4v plus 5w. 4v minus 5w, and once again, here we are in that situation of having exactly the same numbers, the right numbers, but in the wrong position. So we know that this is a situation where these two factors will cancel into a negative 1, so we are just left with negative 1 in the numerator and 4v plus 5w in the denominator. Let's do one more. So the next one I would like to do is a little bit of a challenge. So we're going to have 15x squared minus 9x plus 18. And in our denominator, we will have 20x squared minus 12x plus 24. Now, one thing you'll notice is that in both the numerator and the denominator, we can factor out a term. So now I'm going to do this in good form. In the numerator, I'm going to factor a 3 out of both terms, which will leave us with 5x squared minus 3x plus 6. In the denominator, it looks like I can factor a 4 out of each of those terms, which leaves us with 5x squared minus 3x plus 6, funny enough. And I'm not even going to wonder whether I can factor the trinomials because I have a match, so they will cancel out. And this simplifies into 3/4.